Hello there. Today I am going to teach you how to do a color change on a magic ring. So this is my magic ring that I've already worked. If you don't know how to start a magic ring and work single crochet stitches in your magic ring, I will link a tutorial up in the right hand corner of the screen. But if you are wanting to learn how to do a color change in a magic ring, I am going to teach you that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull my stitch marker out of the end of my round. I'm going to gently pull on this last stitch. And now I have 2 loops hanging out here. I'm just going to stick my crochet hook through those 2 loops. I'm going to pick up the color of yarn that I'm wanting to change to, and I'm just going to hold it with my right ring finger because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, it would be your left ring finger. And so what you're going to do is you're going to just hold on to this yarn and you're going to pull it through those 2 loops. Now you can see it's kind of loose, so I'm just going to take this blue yarn. I'm just going to gently pull on it and it's going to tighten my work down. And now I am ready to do my next row in pink. So what I'll do is I'll just go into this next row and do my first stitch. So now you can add your stitch marker to this pink. You'll want to flip your work over and you will want to put a knot right back here, and this will secure your color change so that it will not come undone. And now you're ready to do your round. So the next sequence that I would need to do for my magic ring is 2 single crochets and then a double crochet. So I am just going to finish working that so that you can see what the color change looks like. So I'm going to work 2 single crochets here, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then 2. And then this last one, I would work 2. Now, if you're going to keep working in your round, you could just pull this stitch marker out and put it here, and you would just continue whatever your pattern sequence is, whether it was just a single crochet around or to do 3 single crochets and then a double crochet. But if you were, say you were wanting to finish off your work here, what you would do is you would skip this stitch, but go into the second stitch from your work, hook onto your working yarn, and you would want to do a slip stitch. And that's what your color change should look like. Now there is another method that I want to show you. If you do not want your work to look how it did here, where you can kind of see this gap right here in your color change, if you don't want that, I can show you another method. It is a little harder of a method. Okay, now that I got that knot undone. So this would be your last stitch that you worked. So what you would do instead of this last time, we took this pink and we laid it here and then we pulled through to finish our stitch. What you would actually do is you would go through and start your first stitch. So you would pull it through, but then you're going to hold down the blue, grab a hold of the pink and hold it down too, and then you would come through the top. And so then you would again take your blue to start your stitch, and then you would take your pink to finish your stitch. Again, you would take the blue, let me get that out of the way. You would take the blue and go through, and then take the pink to finish your stitch. And you just keep working it this way. So you would grab a hold of the blue and finish your stitch with the pink. And you can see what this is doing is it's laying a pink stitch on the top instead of a blue stitch. You can see that we now have a really nice pink row started. And so you would just put in your stitch marker at the end of your row. And then now we're only going to work in pink only. So you would just crochet into that pink, working around. It is in fact a perfect color change. It has way less gap where you can see, and you know, if you were finishing off your work and going into the second stitch and doing a slip stitch, I mean, look at that color change. It's perfect. And so if you're wanting the perfect color change and you don't want that gap, this is the method that I would use. Whichever method that you use for color changing, I hope that you have found this tutorial helpful. If you would like to see some other tutorials that I have done, I will link them to the end of this video.